Ahoy!
Welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back. It's our weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed. How you doing, Nick?
Very good. How are you?
Very good also. New hat.
Yeah, I've got a new hat.
Nice hat.
Yeah.
I've not seen you do one of these in a hat before.
I have definitely done some of these in a hat
Have
before.
you? Even on video?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think you have.
I think I have.
Okay.
You want to check your history, mate.
Maybe
Mate.
backwards. Mate. Don't call me mate.
I never call people
I've
mate.
never seen the shadow on your face. That's what I'm thinking.
Does it look bad on video?
No, it looks great.
You sure?
You look great.
Fine.
As always. I think you might have wore it backwards last time. Waffling. We're waffling already.
Yeah.
How have you been? What have you been up to?
Good. I'm building up to having a shave.
Okay. Why? Full on shave?
Yeah. Well, I don't think like close.
We had a comment complimenting your beard on one of our videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying where my beard's got to.
I like it.
But
You look like you should be fighting alligators in Florida.
But I'm going on holiday
Oh, true.
where it'll be sunny,
That is true.
and I don't want to come back and like
Then you can't shave.
Exactly, because I might get a tan,
Yeah.
and then if I did shave, I'd have a reverse beard.
An anti-beard.
Yeah, which would be
That's
white,
a good point.
and I would be tanned. So I am going to, because of this holiday at an unusual time of the year.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shave.
Trim or shave?
Shave.
Full clean shave?
Not clean shave. I will still have some stubble, but
Okay.
it can't be this.
Can't be that. You can't go on a holiday with that.
No. So I'm gonna have to start again.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Winter beard.
It won't take you long though, will it? A couple of weeks you'll have that.
This
back.
is yeah, but this has got quite
It's quite thick now.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thanks. Okay. Anyway, random.
Very random stuff.
So something happened tonight as well.
Okay.
So my wife got stung by a wasp.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
In October?
Yeah,
You get stung by a wasp in October? That's giving me the ick.
because it was hiding
Right.
in a slipper.
Oh, no way. On the foot?
Yeah, so she put a foot in a slipper, went, I think something's just bit me. Pulled a foot out of a slipper. Clearly something had bitten it. It was getting red and a bit angry. I was like, you should probably go and shake them out. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, see what's in there.
God knows what's it, a spider or whatever. She shakes this slipper out on the floor, wasp falls out dead.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was like, she was like, what do I do? I was like, I've not been stung since I was a little kid. I can barely remember it.
I don't want to give away anything about your wife, but I feel like she should know that better than you.
So I was like, maybe take an antihistamine.
Yeah, probably a good
So,
idea.
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
She washed her foot and took an antihistamine.
When I was a kid, I stood on a bee,
Right.
barefoot.
Right.
That stung. That hurt.
Yeah.
I also got stung by a jellyfish when I was a kid.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that really hurt.
I didn't know you'd been stung by a
Yeah,
jellyfish.
when I was a child,
Yeah.
young child, right up in the groin,
Really?
like in the top of the groin.
Ooh.
Painful.
How long did that hurt for?
I remember screaming and jumping in the swimming pool, and then it didn't really.
It was
hurt
in the
me.
swimming pool?
No, it was in the sea, but I ran from the sea to the swimming pool.
Right, okay.
And
So you
whether
didn't know what had happened?
No, and whether the chemicals of that had done something to solve it, I don't know. But it didn't. I don't remember it hurting for long after that. It might have done. My dad got stung on the face by a jellyfish.
I remember that.
Remember when he dived in?
Yeah, I remember that.
Dived in and hit a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. Stinging stories. If anybody's got any stinging stories, put them in the comments below. Or drop us an email or go into Discord.
Yeah.
We'll know your stinging stories.
Oh, interesting.
You got any stinging stories?
No, I've just not probably the one I've just told from today.
Yeah, but that's not your story.
No. I remember I did get stung by a wasp when I was a kid. One flew up my t-shirt, got me like 4 or 5 times. I
Wow.
can remember that.
My
But I
brother
think
got
that's
stung
about
by
it.
a hornet when he was a kid.
Oh, really?
Again on holiday. And he's still got the mark on his shoulder.
Oh, wow.
There's like a little scar on his shoulder. Well, that happened.
Yeah, they can be beasts.
They're nasty.
Yeah.
What a weird tangent that we've gone off. And I hope your wife's okay.
She seemed fine when I left.
Good. I'm glad. Hopefully she's still fine when you get back.
I hope so. How about you? How have you been?
I'm good. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I've not really done a lot this week to talk about, to be
Okay,
honest.
that's fine.
I feel like I've got quite a boring life.
We've done quite a lot of recording.
We have.
Because
I
of
feel like
said
I've spoken
holiday.
to you a lot. We'll come to Nick's holiday more at the end.
Well,
But-
no, we'll come to what is happening.
Yeah, not to Nick's holiday, but we'll talk about what is happening during the duration of Nick's
Yeah,
long ass October holiday.
sure.
At the end of the episode, we'll tell you what we've got planned and what we're going to do.
We sure will. Shall we start, as is now tradition, with our question of the week.
Let's do it.
So, I think this is a bit of a rarity for us in that
Okay.
I don't think there's a bad option.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think this is a
So I've got to choose
no-lose
between
situation.
2 good options.
I think so.
Okay.
Which of these would you prefer? Would you rather be forced to say "milady" every time you address a woman,
Okay.
or would you rather yell "I'm an atheist" as loud as possible every time someone says "God bless you"?
Actually, that was quite fun. I like both of those options.
I don't think it's a bad option.
I think the milady thing might get a bit. I feel like I speak to ladies a lot more. Than
I
people,
imagine
bless
you'd be
me.
like "milady,"
milady. My boss is a lady. That might be awkward. I sit
especially if
next
you're talking to her multiple times a day.
more than multiple times a day, especially at the minute. Oh, that would be quite funny. But screaming "I'm an atheist" every time somebody says "bless you,"
Yeah,
that is funny. That is good gear.
that is a good gag, isn't
It's
it?
a good gear. I might just do that anyway.
Yeah, I quite like both.
Shall we just do both?
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Shall
an
I-
atheist. That.
Maybe on my holiday I'll call,
Try them both
I'll
out.
call everyone "milady."
Do both.
Okay.
Do both. If you can get video footage of you doing both of those
It's
things,
not
I'd be
even
very happy.
a very like you
I
can't
like
really even have a debate. It just made me laugh.
It is funny. I like both of those options. The more practical one is that I'm an atheist thing.
Yeah,
Because
that happens less, doesn't
You
it?
don't sneeze as often as you talk to women.
Yeah.
So let's go
My
with
house
that.
is full of women, so it's,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you've got loads of women.
also
You've got loads of women. Sounds really bad.
you've got a weird sneeze. So if I had to do
That's
that
true.
to you, because you do like 4,
And the rest. Sometimes I do like 7 or 8.
yeah, that's a lot of shouting at you. Also, if everyone's say you did that in your office,
Yeah.
you literally have everyone.
I'm an atheist. I might do it. Next time somebody says "bless you" to me, though, I might do it.
Do it.
I might do.
Feedback, report back.
If
Let's
I
know
do,
what
I
happened.
will do that.
Okay.
The thought of it just makes me laugh. I really like that idea. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Let us know what you'd do in the comments or on whatever,
Yeah,
on the
100%.
Discord.
100%. Okay, should we do some news?
Let's do some
Enough
Netflix
of this.
news.
Enough of this tomfoolery.
Enough of these shenanigans.
From Tom to Matt Damon.
Okay.
So we
Matt Damon.
talked a few weeks ago that both Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have signed up to star for Netflix in an upcoming crime thriller / action movie.
We did.
To be directed by Joe Carnahan.
Yeah.
We had a title, R.I.P.
Yes.
And that is all we had. No plot details
What you
or
say.
anything.
And that is an awful title because it is.
It's not a sequel to Rest in Peace Department.
Unfortunately.
There's no D on there, unfortunately. We now have more information.
Okay.
We have more people joining the cast.
Right.
And we have a plot synopsis.
Let's go for it.
Kyle Chandler
Oh.
has joined the
He's
cast.
in everything, isn't he?
Yeah, he's also signed up to be one of the Green Lanterns in the
Oh, is he?
DC TV series.
Okay.
That's coming. Apparently, it's about 9th choice, but hey, you gotta be there. You gotta be in it to win it. Nesta Carbonell has also joined the cast
There's a name you don't hear very often these days.
of this movie. He was in Shogun.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Lost alumni.
He retired after Lost because he didn't want to leave Hawaii.
Oh, really?
So he'd set up home with his family in Hawaii and didn't want to leave, so he retired from acting.
Well, he went to Japan to do Shogun, but
Yeah.
I guess that's most of the way.
Yeah, and
Japan.
a long way later. I think he's been back since then.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, for a few years after Lost, he decided to stay in Hawaii.
Yeah, so Affleck and Damon re-teaming for Netflix. That's going to be all over your algorithms.
Yeah, definitely.
Next year. The synopsis is: against the backdrop of an investigation into the murder of a fellow officer, the crime thriller sees a team of Miami cops discovering millions in cash in a derelict stash house. As trust amongst the team begins to fray, outside forces learn about the millions at the house. This pressure puts the cops in an impossible situation that leads to moral dilemmas and deadly confrontations.
Okay.
Chandler has been cast as one of the cops on the team.
Okay.
So
That sounds good.
that
It does sound good.
that's good. I mean, Joe Carnahan,
Yeah.
he's Smoking Aces, the A-Team, fairly sort of
Big
action-y
action
under his
set
belt.
pieces kind of thing.
Yeah,
Smoking Aces is a good film.
manic film.
Manic film. Good
Yeah.
fun film. Not so much the A-Team.
Yeah, that was a bit of a missed
Bit
opportunity.
of a dud, wasn't it? That?
Yeah, kind of just fell between the cracks. It was neither this or that, was it? But yeah, I'm pretty much on board now. We've heard a synopsis for that.
Same, I'm in.
Sounds pretty good.
Count me in.
Um,
Can't get comfortable.
okay, I'll just let you
Sorry.
arrange yourself. It's fine. we often hear, don't we? Netflix cancelled this, cancelled that.
Yeah,
Happens all the time.
we do.
Well, let's talk about a renewal
Okay.
on the flip side of that, and a very quick renewal, because Netflix has announced that season 2 of Nobody Wants This will be coming. They've signed off on it already. Nobody Wants This is I think it's only been out a couple of weeks.
Yeah, not long.
It's the rom-com starring Kristen Bell and Adam Brody,
Yes.
where he's a rabbi. She's a, how should we say, society it girl. And they're sort of... I really want to watch it. I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
And it's had some great reviews.
Okay.
I'm sure it's just a matter of time before it gets watched in my household.
I'm sure it
we'll
is.
report back.
Cool.
But yeah, been renewed already for a season 2 because it's had a strong debut.
Nice.
On
it has been like up and around the charts since it came out.
it debuted at number 2,
Right.
and has since climbed after. So it's in its second week.
Yeah.
Climbed to number 1 in the
Oh,
Netflix
really?
charts.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Has done well.
yeah, 26.5 million views in its first 11 days, which for a sort of 10 episode rom-com is a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, that is.
A lot of hours.
Cool. Good for them.
So that's coming back. But
There's always a plus. There's always a flip side.
a show that's not coming back to Netflix after 2 seasons, because it has been cancelled. It was announced this week. Is That 90s Show.
Yes, I read this earlier in the week. I can't say I'm surprised.
I mean, I don't think we're entirely sure why this came back anyway.
I don't think we're entirely sure why it exists in the first place.
Exactly. I feel that 70s... I never really watched That 70s Show. I know a lot of people liked it, but I didn't really feel that was like there as a... Did people want that?
I remember
spin-off? Or...
At the time, I loved That 70s Show. I thought it was great. It isn't the sort of show I'd go back and rewatch now.
Yeah.
I did watch the first episode of That 90s Show when it came out, and I thought it was awful.
Okay, fine.
So I'm surprised it got renewed. So I'm not surprised it's been cancelled now.
Kurtwood Smith himself announced the news
Okay.
on Instagram. He said, "I know you've been asking me when season 3 is coming, but I have tough news. Netflix will not be renewing. I just want to take a minute to say thank you to all of the fans everywhere who have supported us and watched the show. You've come up to me in random parts of the world when I'm traveling and reached out to me through social media, and it has just been wonderful."
Awesome.
And I guess that's kind of like, was it a bonus that came back anyway? And for those guys especially, that it was focused on the grandparents' characters, and
it had to be focused on them, didn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Who else are you going to focus it on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that's a surprising
No, I'm not
cancellation.
surprised by it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
But it's not all bad news,
Okay.
because Netflix
I
has
like how
announced
you're
this
flipping
week.
and reversing everything this week. I like it.
Netflix has announced this week, in its next venture into live programming,
Yes.
the first ever live talk show series is coming to Netflix.
Right.
It will be a weekly talk show series,
Right.
and it arrives in 2025. Exact date to be announced.
Okay.
Are you okay? You're fiddling a lot.
The cameras are not plugged in. You keep talking.
Okay, fine.
I won't be on camera whilst this is on. So
That's
we'll
fine.
be fine. Now
Yes.
I've got to cut something out because you mentioned it. You might as well stop now while I do it.
Okay, fine. 2025. We're not sure exactly when yet.
Okay.
But the first weekly Netflix talk show. So this is in your style of your Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Netflix is having its own version.
James Corden.
Sure. Yeah, if you want. And hosting this will be John Mulaney.
Okay.
who is he ex SNL?
Yes.
This was announced by Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Baharaha.
Balaraha.
Um,
Okay.
She said, "I am really excited about this. In 2025, we will do a live variety talk show with John Mulaney. We have a long relationship with him, having done his stand-up specials and his performances for us during the Netflix Is a Joke festival over the years. This year at the festival, he did a live talk show called Everybody's in LA. I was there at a couple of the tapings. It was bold and original, fresh and unpredictable, and it will be really fun for us to work with him to do this live show."
That's really interesting. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be like Netflix focused.
Oh, maybe.
If like somebody who's in a Netflix film will be on this week, or somebody who's in a Netflix original that's coming out.
There's enough to do that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Because we had that. They weren't live. They were taped. There was the David Spade one, and they were
so bad.
They were woeful, but they were literally just a pitch show for Netflix.
Yeah, they were. They were like.
So you'd have like the Cobra Kai guys on, but there was no.
That was awful.
Yeah, there was none of the silly little games and the monologues.
No.
It was literally just pitch your show. It tells us about. As long as it's not that,
it can't be that. There's got a much better host. For a start. But yeah, I watched 2 or 3 of them, and it was bad, man. It was
they were bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, they were,
and it never came back. So there you go.
Wonder why.
But yes, they were pre-recorded. This, like I say, a live weekly talk show.
Okay.
Coming to Netflix.
Netflix Live next year is going to be huge.
It's a big step forward next year.
It really is. There's lots of live stuff coming next year.
With every good news story.
You are doing up and downs this week. I like it.
Taking you on a journey.
It's like you've done some sort of planning.
There is a cancellation.
Okay. What's cancelled?
News this week that Netflix, after only 6 weeks since the release of the debut season of this show, have cancelled Chaos.
I can't say I'm surprised by this. It feels like too niche an idea for a show that there's no way it was going to get
We have, within our community, very mixed reviews of this.
We do, yeah.
My wife incumbent tapped out after 2 episodes.
Yep.
In which she thought she'd just watched one really long episode.
I remember that. She forgot.
But then I think Ross in the Discord said he really liked it.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think I'll ever give it a go, but I feel like it would have maybe been up my street. These are sort of modern retellings of various Greek mythologies.
Yeah.
I read a really interesting article, which I can't credit because I can't remember where I read it this week. But it was.
If this was you that wrote this article, credit is implied.
Yeah, it was talking a bit about Chaos, but was sort of a comment on the streaming industry in general, in that what chance has any program got if it's being cancelled only 6 weeks after the release of the first season? Because, and this was a TV critic writing this saying, I can't keep up as a TV critic, which is my job.
Yeah.
He was like, I've not got to Chaos.
Yeah.
And I would like to watch it. So what chance has anything got, unless it's in the right place at the right time with the right promotion, or it hits the zeitgeist straight away?
Yeah.
You know, what would Breaking Bad stick around?
No.
Nowadays.
Breaking Bad didn't stick around at the time. It was cancelled after the second series, but was brought back. It's a very good point, but it's Netflix's. It's not only Netflix.
But
it's
even
the
when they got brought back and Netflix got behind it internationally, would that have been enough?
No,
hours wise, and
it's the modern day streaming culture of throwaway TV. If something's not working, throw it out, get the next thing in. It makes you wonder why they do it so quick. Because there's no need. They don't need to cancel that now.
Well,
nobody's going back to work on it yet.
Yeah, we literally just talked about a show that did better in its second week than first week.
Yeah, exactly.
It can grow.
Give something.
What 6 weeks is nothing for
it's not.
Not
I'm
on
not even
this
close
model.
to that. I do fancy watching it.
Yeah,
I'm not even close to it.
No,
not even a little.
Probably not even the top 20 of TV shows.
Things jump in the way. There's shows that you'd rather watch. There's things
sure.
that you're on the go with. I've only watched the first episode of Monsters.
Yeah,
but I will watch the rest of it. I just haven't got there yet. You've got to give things time, but also Netflix don't have time to give things time, and they have no reason to. If that's not working, bin it off, move on to the next
in
thing.
the barrel. Yeah.
That's exactly how TV works these days.
And it's no,
I've not
comment
seen
on how good that show is.
Sometimes when Netflix cancel a show, you'll see an outcry on the internet. I've
Yeah.
not seen that about Chaos.
No,
So
because it's not a fan.
no, it's not like a
It's not
cult
like
phenomenon.
a fandomonium thing,
No.
is it? It's
So
yeah.
I don't know if there's anybody out there who's gutted by it. Is what I'm saying.
I've not seen that
Yeah.
sort of reaction.
No. Not
But yeah, it might be out there. That's all the cancellation is for the week. I just did want to put that out there. But yeah,
I'm sure I've seen one more, but I can't remember what it was.
of a cancellation.
A cancellation.
Okay, but I'm sure there is. We don't cover it every.
It wasn't.
One.
It was a renewal. I can't remember what it was. Something that's been renewed when the second season's not even out yet.
Okay.
And the third season, but I can't remember what the show was.
I'll come back to you.
It won't.
Okay, maybe it won't.
I'm too old for that sort of thing.
So, Netflix loves a fight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Be it a lawsuit or
Well, I don't know if it loves them, but
whatever.
they do get involved in a lot of them.
So, Netflix is in a fight now
Okay.
with the Scottish Heritage Charity
Right.
over
Why?
its desire to erect a plaque in Edinburgh.
Netflix's desire.
Yes.
Oh, right.
On the Vennel Steps in the city,
Okay.
which were a filming location in one day
Right.
last year,
Okay.
where the two main characters have one of their first kisses.
Yeah.
And they it's a place where people there's a growing sort of pop culture tourism thing. You see people, don't you? They take the picture of the scene from the movie and I was there. I think Netflix are trying to
Capitalize on that.
get in on that a bit. Let's put our Netflix name on this. But if people are coming here because of this show, let's put our name on the wall.
Yeah.
Might
But
get
at
us
the
a
same
few
time,
subscribers.
who are you advertising at? If there's only fans of the
guess.
show that are going to visit that location.
There is a real stumbling block here,
Right.
because the steps themselves are actually inside the part of Edinburgh that is designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Okay.
You can't just be putting up plaques and
can't.
shit.
No.
But they've not given up. Terry Leventhal, who is the director of the Heritage Charity, says that Netflix's official application for the plaque is simply product placement about a show which is irrelevant to the city's history or cultural life.
Wow.
He's like, Netflix is the gutter entertainment.
I think you can say yes, it's irrelevant to the cultural history of the city. Fine. But it feels like it's part of the culture now.
I
Is it
think,
not?
yeah, I think you could say it is part of the culture. I mean,
Yeah.
that book is 20 years old.
Yeah.
With a huge
There's a
huge following.
following.
It's been a movie.
People are going to go there for that reason
Yeah.
anyway.
It was a movie
Yeah, it was years ago.
He also said that the application highlighted concerns about the increase in selfie tourism.
Why is anybody
You
concerned by
want
that?
people to spend money in
Of
your
course you
city,
do.
surely. Where tourists overwhelm locations and the local community just to photograph themselves there.
This man is definitely over 60.
He said, the plaque has nothing to do with the place or the city. It commemorates no historic or special person or event.
He sounds very angry.
That was
He needs to-
my emphasis.
He needs to chill out and watch
He
some
might have really chilled. Yeah, has he watched one day?
I doubt it. It doesn't feel like it's up his street.
So the charity will be objecting to the planning application for the plaque. We will see if it is.
Who knew you needed planning application for a plaque?
You can't just put
I
a
suppose-
plaque on a wall in a
No.
UNESCO World Heritage
No,
Site.
if you've got to drill into the wall and stuff, I suppose not. Is there a way they could put a plaque up without damaging any surfaces?
The plaque was there.
Oh,
And
it is there?
no, it was there
Okay.
earlier this year. I think we may have mentioned this. I can't remember. I definitely knew this happened.
Right.
So in July this year, it was there just for a couple of days to mark St. Swithin's Day, because that is the day that is revisited in the book every time in ongoing years.
Right.
So,
That is the one day.
Netflix and the architects who submitted the application. You need an architect to put a plaque on a wall?
This is a balmy story.
Have not responded to requests for comment from The Guardian.
They don't need
who
to
are
respond
pursuing this case.
because this guy is doing all their advertising for them.
That's
This is
it.
exactly what they needed.
People
This
now
is a
know.
publicity stunt.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter if the plaque goes up there.
Yep. Nope. We're talking about it. That's
Netflix's
enough.
name is in that
Yep.
this story enough already. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, that man's
God.
bred right into what they wanted.
I might cancel my holiday.
Oh no! What's
Because-
happened?
Netflix's first pop-up store is to the UK is arriving
Okay,
this month.
I have read about this.
You can, for a very short period of time, head to either London
Yep.
or Birmingham
Okay.
to experience the Netflix pop-up store.
Right.
The As Seen on Netflix store, to give it its full title, where you can go and buy merchandise.
Yep.
Or even have a look at some recreations of some famous sets,
You can.
including some Heartstopper sets.
Had that, but you got steps on the
I
mark.
have got steps on the mic. They're not even a good band. London, October the 11th.
That's today.
October
as
the
we record.
12th,
That's
sorry.
tomorrow, as we record, as in last Saturday to you guys.
And in Birmingham on October the 19th.
Next weekend.
So the next couple of Saturdays.
Okay.
Bethnal Green Road in London and the Bullring in Birmingham. Items that you can go and look at.
Just one day.
Yeah, one day for the pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they'd be longer than that, wouldn't you?
Also, though,
That's going to be rammed.
yeah,
I was just thinking I might go over to Birmingham, 'cause that's quite close, but that's going to be really busy.
yeah. This is being done for a good cause. So it's in association with Mind, the mental health charity.
Yep.
And as part of this time period, there will be an auction of Netflix-related items on
Okay.
eBay, which runs from October the 11th
Today.
today to October the 21st.
Okay.
So you can go and bid on various props, items, replicas from Netflix.
Nice.
From Netflix shows.
That'd be
And
a cool thing to have in the background of these videos, wouldn't it? Some sort of Netflix prop.
it would. Anne Menser, who is Vice President of UK Content, says that As Seen on Netflix is a celebration of incredible fan communities. Fandom has the extraordinary ability to bring people together, creating connections and community around a passion for stories. Our fans are the heartbeat of everything we do at Netflix, which is why we're excited to create this opportunity for people to own a piece of the shows and films they love and support the important work done by Mind. Percentage of every item sold goes to the charity. Do you want a list of some of the things available?
Yes, please.
Original Lady Whistledown papers from Bridgerton.
Okay. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Sully's tracksuit from Top Boy.
Okay.
Margaret Thatcher's suit worn by Gillian Anderson in The Crown.
Nice.
Nick's Carhartt jacket worn by Kit Connor in Heartstopper.
Okay. I know the one exact one.
The typewriter used by Ambika Mod in One Day.
Nice.
Otis's bike, Eric's bike, and one of Gene Milbourne's wooden penises from Sex Education.
A lot of Gillian Anderson stuff going on.
A Rolls-Royce t-shirt from Beckham documentary signed by Victoria Beckham.
Some of Victoria, the worst of all the Beckhams.
And a Real Madrid shirt signed by David Beckham.
The second worst of all the Beckhams.
An
No,
original
second
clay model of Molly from Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget.
Nice. But you can buy that.
That's,
Oh, it's just on display.
I think that's one that's on display. And some Versace underwear signed by Robbie Williams. Set drawings from The Witcher and a Casio watch from Chaos signed by Jeff Goldblum.
Nice.
Imagine
having a Casio watch signed by Jeff Goldblum. That
No,
sounds-
why could neither of us say Jeff Goldblum?
I don't know.
It's not a difficult
Clef
name.
Goldblum. That'd be an awesome thing to own.
Sure.
They're going to be so busy. I would love to go to that.
They'll be
But
rammed.
They'll be rammed.
Absolutely.
Just by Heartstopper fans.
Yeah.
There's literally nobody else.
Yeah, there's a replica of Charlie's bedroom in the
that
pop-up store.
tends to tour around when a new Heartstopper book comes out as well.
Okay.
That set tours around.
Oh, I see.
So they put it into like Waterstones and
Got you.
places.
See. Do you want to hear about a new Will Smith movie?
No.
Okay.
Move on.
We'll move on. So
I'd love it if you just did.
We've got to talk about it because
Okay.
it's final negotiations for him to start in a Netflix movie.
Right, okay.
Has Will Smith starred in an original Netflix movie since the first original Netflix movie, which was Bright? I'm not going to fact check it, but I'm going to say no.
So.
Would you be more or less interested if I said he was reteaming with one of the most successful actor-director partnerships he's had in his career?
Go on.
Michael Bay.
Right.
As in Bad Boys Ride or Die.
I honestly couldn't be less interested.
I thought you would say this. A Netflix action movie, Fast and Loose,
Okay.
is on the cards according to Deadline for the two of them. It revolves around a man who wakes up in Tijuana, Mexico, having lost his memory. As he starts to fill in the blanks in his life, he learns that he leads a double life, one as a criminal linchpin and the other as an undercover CIA agent.
Okay.
Apparently, Will Smith has been working to get this movie off the ground with various distributors and studios for some time.
Right.
Probably a bit harder the last few years.
Yeah, not easy, I wouldn't have thought. I feel like I've seen that movie. It just seems like a synopsis of a movie.
It's like
Denzel Washington's
The
son.
Departed.
What's his name?
And where he lost his memory.
Yeah.
Deja Vu.
Yeah. Was that what it's called?
That is a Denzel Washington movie where he...
No, I was thinking of Denzel Washington's son.
Oh.
What's his name?
John David Washington.
Yes. He made a movie where he lost his memory and came back and was a criminal. Okay. I'm sure he did. I think I've seen it. But yeah, there's also Deja Vu. That movie's like done. Why is it taking so long to make a movie that's just a movie?
Because Will Smith had to do a lot of work to get his way back into...
Fuck that guy.
into movies. Well, we'll see if it arrives at Netflix. Okay, let's do some non-Netflix news. That's probably the most Netflix news we've done in one episode for a
lot
while.
of Netflix news.
Big Netflix news
week.
Henry Cavill loves a nerd project.
He's like King of the Nerds, isn't he?
I mean that with the most respect.
Agreed. It's like King of the Nerds.
Superman, The Witcher,
Warhammer, yeah.
He's going to be in Highlander.
Yeah.
He's got that locked down.
He's got that market down. He knows his audience.
So he's not done because he has signed up to lead the live action Voltron movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will be directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber.
What a name.
Do you know what his last movie was?
No.
Red Notice.
Oh, okay.
For Netflix.
You hated that, didn't you?
I really didn't enjoy it.
I thought it was okay.
Like, it should have been so much better.
Yeah, it should have been a lot better.
It just got Netflixized.
It was very successful, though.
Yeah, it was
massively successful. You can't deny the success of Red Notice.
It had The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot in it. It should be better.
Is it still the top Netflix film? It's right up there if it's not. I think it is.
So, Amazon has forked out for this, though.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they have grabbed the rights for the Voltron live-action movie, which is kind of like my perception of it is like part Transformers, part Power Rangers, all massive robot.
I think so.
Is it a load of lions that like turn into this massive robot? Anyway, Cavill's leading it. No release date. Shooting is due to get underway this autumn. It's autumn now.
It is autumn now. It's very
Australia.
much autumn.
So he's going to do this first. Then he's going to go to Highlander. Then he might do Warhammer.
Okay. Wow. He's got a lot going on.
No wonder he couldn't do The Witcher anymore.
Red Notice is still top of Netflix of all time. 230,900,000 views.
Wow.
The second one is 171 million.
Wow.
It's a lot ahead.
That's big. Well, Voltron it is next for the director of that.
Why not?
Okay. And the final piece of news for this week is news of the latest video game adaptation to a movie.
Okay.
Universal have signed up. Someone else who's going to be very busy, because only last week we talked about Sam Hargrave, who is the director of Extraction.
We did.
For Netflix, being signed up to direct the Matchbox movie with John Cena, the toy car movie.
Yes.
He has also signed up. He's getting all his ducks in a line to direct a movie adaptation of Shinobi.
Okay.
Which I don't know much about. There's loads of Shinobi games.
There's loads of Shinobi games.
It's like,
like older
ninja
games.
type slash and move games.
Yeah, they're like older games, aren't they?
Yeah. Sega.
Sega. Yeah, I think it was a Sega project.
Yeah. All the synopsis says is that the movie will chronicle modern day ninja Joe Musashi's battles with the forces of evil. According to Empire magazine, this has been sort of batted around as a movie for the last 10 years, basically.
Wow. Okay.
And has got various ways along development, but it has now got a director on board to develop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If ninjas are your thing, you might be interested.
I'm not against a ninja.
Okay, good. That's a brilliant snippet to have out of context.
I'm just looking when the first Shinobi game out in 1987.
Oh wow!
And it was just called Shinobi.
So would that have been on like the Master System?
Yeah, I guess so. Since then, you've had. Do you want me to list them all?
Yeah, go for it.
Shinobi, then Shadow Dancer.
Yeah.
Then The Revenge of Shinobi, Alex Kidd in Shinobi World.
Oh, they're all mashup.
Shinobi Dancer: The Secret of Shinobi, the Cyber Shinobi.
Yeah.
The GG Shinobi, Sega Shinobi 2: The Silent Fury, Shinobi 3: Return of the Ninja Master, Shinobi Legends, Shinobi Remake.
Oh, that's so many.
The Revenge of Shinobi, Nightshade, and Shinobi.
Lovely. Oh, no, you forgot one.
I haven't.
You have the Star Wars crossover.
What was that?
Obi-Wan Shinobi.
Well done.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It was released in 1987 as an arcade game
okay.
on the arcade. It's the original, one of the original Sega characters, along with Alex Kidd and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, nice. Good fact.
Flagship characters.
Oh. Good.
Cool.
That's all the news.
Good news. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've literally... Right. So, no, not really.
You've not watched anything recently, Nick.
No.
What's going on in your life?
Because, we've been doing a lot of this. I've had to watch a lot of movies.
Doing a lot of this, yeah.
Which we'll
come to.
So, I think I mentioned it last week. I'm now full into a New Girl rewatch.
You did mention
I have been pulled in now. I started off as like a sort of over the shoulder thing. I've totally pulled back in.
It's underrated, isn't it? People don't realise how good New Girl was.
Really enjoying watching
What's it on?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, okay.
Yeah, it's all on there.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Full on New Girl.
About halfway through.
Nice. That sounds good.
And we've been not to go into my boring life. Very busy with a few late nights of so just like bunging something on for half an hour. It fits the bill at the minute. So
cool.
Yeah. How about you? Save this segment for us.
I've watched a couple of things this week. I watched the new Salem's Lot movie at the weekend.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed it. It's
Cool.
getting a lot of stick. People are not really enjoying it, but people are saying it's not a direct adaptation of Salem's Lot.
Okay.
And it doesn't follow the same story as Salem's Lot. But books and films don't. Do they need to?
No, it's the eternal argument.
Especially with Stephen King. Because you just go, it's on another level of the tower. It doesn't matter. It's like a different story, the same story. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The main guy's not great in it. Okay. I can't remember his name. I apologise. But it's Salem's Lot. Mm-hmm. It's a vampire. It's Stephen King's vampire.
Great book.
Story. It's a great book. It's his favourite book.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's like, it's cliched vampires, but it wasn't in the late 70s when it was written. That was what invented vampires. No, it was great. I really enjoyed it. It's not great. It's good. I really enjoyed it.
You had a fun time.
I had a fun time. Yeah, it's fun. I've also watched the entirety of season 3 of Heartstopper.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
I just couldn't not watch it.
It's a great show.
Heartstopper means a lot to me. It's such a wonderful, happy show.
How does season 3 compared to season 1, 2, and 1? Is it?
I would say season 3 is a season of two halves.
Okay.
It's a happy show, Heartstopper.
Yeah.
But
the journey is not always happy.
The journey is not always happy together. It's quite dark. The first half of this season, and the second half of the season's more light and gets a bit sexy.
Okay. Nice.
Which you don't. I wasn't expecting from Heartstopper. I've never read the comics, so I don't know the story. But I suppose it had to get there eventually. Sure. It's wonderful. It's such a good show. Netflix gets a lot of stick for cancelling shows and not giving shows time to breathe.
Yeah.
But they never get the credit for bringing shows like Heartstopper to people.
Yeah.
People need to see Heartstopper. People might not even know they need Heartstopper when they do need Heartstopper.
Do you think?
You know what I mean?
If I almost said if it was on something more mainstream, it's Netflix. Netflix is
there isn't anything more mainstream than Netflix.
Yeah, but I don't feel it's a show that maybe gets its critical.
Maybe not. I mean, we're definitely
reward.
Not. It has a target audience, which I think love it.
Yeah,
and that is the reason why it has been renewed for as long as it has.
Do you think it's dismissed too much as it's a young?
It's a kid show.
It's a young person show.
Yeah, 100%. And it
by stuffy, sniffy
and I
TV
get that,
critics,
and I do get that, and it is. I'm certainly not the target audience for this show, but it's the show that needs to exist. It needed to exist 20, 30 years ago, and it didn't.
It's a great show.
I love Heartstopper so much. I think it's just special.
Yeah.
And all of the actors in it are brilliant, and they know their characters so well. And people say, "Oh, it's too nice, it's too happy. Nothing bad ever happens to these people," but it does.
Yeah, it does.
But it also doesn't need to. You don't need murder and heartbreak and stuff that happens in other shows.
Yeah,
let's keep Heartstopper nice.
Yeah.
That's what I want, and they do that really well.
Good.
And I just think it's wonderful.
Great show. Great show.
Really enjoyed it. This season's as good. You really feel when those characters are going through the pain that they go through, you really feel it with them. Sure. I do anyway.
Sure.
And I feel like the next season there's going to be a bit more of that, I feel. But yeah, watch Heartstopper.
Good.
I can't recommend
Good one.
It was brilliant. I think that's it. I think that's all I've watched. My supermarket's growing.
Okay.
In Supermarket Simulator, so I've been playing that a little bit.
Well, that's a great segue.
Yes, it is. That's what I was doing.
I
wasn't, but I've done it. Yeah, we need to do Caught in the Net.
Sure.
Our weekly games review feature now.
Yeah, so Caught in the Net. So Caught in the Net is I guess it's not new anymore. I don't know. No. It's our feature where we pick a Netflix game every week.
Yes.
To play, and then we sort of rank it against the other ones that we played. And we had a listener/viewer request.
We did, indeed.
And I acquiesced to that and said, sure.
Let's give it a try.
Let's do a farm.
Let's do a farm.
We played Farming Simulator 2023.
Yes, we played that.
Ah, man. I mean, I'm not sure how to frame this. So I can see that this, I wouldn't say is a good game.
Okay.
But if you're into that sort of thing, I thought this was not a game for my phone.
That's my biggest thing with it, I think. I think this would be a game that I would play, not on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I have one big criticism of this game. So there's a tutorial,
yes,
which shows you how all the mechanics of the game work.
Yeah, like
how you get in and out
this
of your vehicle,
vehicle's for, that
what
vehicle,
that one does, what this one does, how you make money. And then the tutorial ends, and you are not told what to do next.
Yeah.
And you're just left
There's no
standing.
Hints, tips.
You're just left standing in front of your farmhouse with this big, massive farm.
3 fields.
And expected to know what to do with it.
Yeah. And all you've been taught is plough your field.
Yep.
Sow your seed.
Drive your tractor.
Harvest your crop.
Yeah.
You've got 3 fields. And everything else that you can do on this, so you can buy cows, chickens, other animals are available, go and buy vehicles, all that sort of stuff. There's a farm shop, a supermarket. Like, I had a look, and like you need quite a lot of money to get all that.
Yeah.
So I realised eventually, after I had a walk around and couldn't go into any of these places, that I basically just had to plough, plant, and harvest these 3 fields. Probably many, many times over until I had some money to expand.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie to you, I had no appetite to do that whatsoever.
I tapped out after the tutorial. I'm not going to lie. I've played quite a few simulator games. Like I've just said, I'm playing Supermarket Simulator.
Yeah.
To compare these two games, right? When you start Supermarket Simulator, you're giving money, you buy some bread, you sell the bread, you've then the next day got enough money for bread and pasta.
Yeah.
And you build up, and the game talks you through that. It's like, right, you can do this now if you want, or you could do this. The Farming Simulator does none of that. It's like, your tutorial's done, you're on your own now. You can do what you want, but we're not going to tell you what you're going to do.
Yeah. And
I don't like that. I like to be, at least for the start of a game, talk me through what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll go and do it, but just tell me what needs doing.
Yeah.
Have an assistant, have somebody on the phone. I don't know. The tutorial left me standing in front of my farmhouse, and I didn't know where to go. So I was like, I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Never did.
Also, it took me like so long. I did try to plough a field again, and then I couldn't remember which one was ploughed, and I think I started ploughing one that was already growing, and then I was like, oh, that's annoying. And then it became night, and it was really difficult to plough it at night. And then I was like, yeah. What I will say, though, is like, not to sound like that old man.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can play a game that looks this good and is this, like...
on your phone,
that is this detailed and, like, you can just run a farm is still kind of a bit mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, if we're talking farming mobile games, give me the cutesy, like, Farmville,
yeah.
I'll grow a crop. This was, like... I could see me having a good go at this if I was on the PlayStation or whatever.
I'm absolutely not against downloading this on my PC and playing it.
Yeah.
I maybe even will when I'm bored of supermarkets.
Yeah.
Because I do like these simulator games. I've got my eye on a few. There's one called Motel Manager. There's cinema. There's a cinema one out there. There's a casino one. I've got my eye on a few of them. And I'm not saying I won't get to farming at some point.
Yeah.
But it won't be on my phone.
No.
There's too many. There was too many buttons on the screen for a start. This might be my age talking now, but
it had all been.
It was all too
down,
overwhelming.
Yeah.
At the very start of the game,
so many option screens as well.
Yeah,
like
I don't know what I was doing. So I
animals, vehicles.
So I thought
fuel.
Well, as soon as the tutorial was finished, I was like, I haven't got time to think about what I need to do next, so I'll come back to it. And I've not loaded it back up since, and I have no intention of.
So I'd say it's a combination of it's an us problem, but also I don't think the game matched the format.
Yeah, it's absolutely
on your phone.
It's absolutely the game's problem.
Yeah, but
also it's also a lack of time on my part to get into a game like that, sitting on my phone.
Yeah,
when I've got a supermarket to run. It's doing quite well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not to blow your own trumpet.
Well, I've just expanded.
Yeah,
got a second employee now.
Oh
wow. Yeah, it's not for me.
No, or me.
No. Stream table?
Yes.
Where's it going?
I think we may have to put it at the bottom.
I think we do have to put it at the bottom. Because we've not played it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it doesn't deserve to be at the bottom.
I think there's a good
game.
Yeah.
There's a good game in there somewhere. Yeah. It's just maybe not for your mobile.
I'm not sitting playing this on my phone. It's too much.
Too much. So, apologies to the person to Wayne who recommended this game to us.
He didn't recommend it.
No, he just said... Try this one.
Can
you have a go at this one?
Maybe,
we did.
Maybe he knew it was.
Do you reckon? He sabotaged us?
I don't think he did.
Fuck that guy. Right. I have not selected a game for next week.
I think that's probably wise, just for this.
Mainly because, as we've aforementioned earlier, Nick, he's going on holiday. When do you go on holiday? Will you be on holiday by the time this episode comes out? No, you've got another week yet.
I don't know. No, I won't.
No, you won't. You're going on. At the end of this week, you're going on holiday.
Yeah.
You're away for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Which means we've got 2 weeks where we can't record a show that involves news. Because
we'd be out of date.
We'd be way out. If we recorded a plethora of Bottom of the Stream of Adam and Nick's ahead, the news is going to be 3 weeks out of date.
Sure.
So for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there isn't going to be a Bottom of the Stream of Adam and Nick. However,
there will be stuff.
There is still stuff coming. The movie show is not going anywhere.
No.
We have managed to backlog the movie shows enough that there's going to be a movie show every Thursday.
Yes.
We also got together on a Saturday of this week and recorded for 5 hours.
Did we? Was it that long?
Bonus episodes.
Flew by.
So we've got some bonus episodes that are going out to everybody, and they are video shows.
Yeah.
Most of them are.
Okay, good.
So we have a review of the Mr. McMahon documentary.
Oh, yes.
Which we did, which will probably be already out. It's ready to go. It's uploaded. We haven't set a date for that one, and I just want to get it out before people forget about it.
Just keep checking your streams, because stuff's going to arrive.
Check your streams, because that might already be here.
Yeah.
We have then recorded an episode where we talk about... I've just had a complete blank of what we talked about.
So we talk about our favourite... So the top 10...
Top ones.
Yeah. So of our stream... we have a stream table every season. So the film that has won... every stream table for the first 10 seasons of the show, we rank them
in a top 10. So we now know the best of the best film we've ever done. So that episode will come on a Monday soon. Yeah. We then did the exact opposite of that and recorded the top 10 of the bottom 10s.
Yeah.
So the number 25 place in the stream table, there's 10 of them. We put them in the league table.
We did.
So we now know the worst of the worst. And finally... just before Christmas last year, we did a watch-along.
We did.
Of a movie called Mr. St. Nick.
Yeah.
So basically...
Christmas bonus.
We sat and watched it with our microphones.
It's like a commentary.
We did like a director's commentary. So the idea is you watch the film, you press play on the podcast and the film at the same time, and we should be therefore in sync with the movie, and you can listen to our thoughts of the movie as the movie plays. We've recorded another one of them.
We did.
That was
gone
good
a
fun.
bit random.
Yeah, we have gone a bit random.
Gone to the mid-80s.
Yes. Cult classic.
Superhero movie?
Yeah. It is a superhero movie. There's no two ways about that.
We've watched The Toxic Avenger.
We have, indeed. We did a commentary over the top of The Toxic Avenger. So you can sit and watch The Toxic Avenger with our thoughts over the top of it. Yeah. If you want to. That obviously won't be a movie show because you can't watch two things at the same time.
Yeah.
A video show. That's just coming out on your podcast apps. And I think that should about cover us for the time that Nick's away.
Yeah.
So
you'll still have something arrive on a Monday and a Thursday.
Every Monday, every Thursday, something will arrive.
And then we'll be back to normal service.
Normal scheduled programming around mid-November.
Yeah.
Sort of time, depending on when we can record once Nick gets back.
Sure.
But you deserve a well-deserved holiday.
Oh, thanks.
You've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yeah.
Somewhere you've never been before?
I've been there once for a day.
Right.
Passing through.
Okay. So, have a wonderful time.
Thanks.
Don't worry about me sitting here just editing movies in the cold rain. Don't worry about that.
I'll bring you back a stick of rock.
Thanks. I'm not a big rock guy.
Okay.
Bring me back something else though.
Okay. A rock.
A rock. Why not? The Rock.
I'll see if he's there.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. There will always be something. It just won't necessarily be what you're used to.
Yeah.
But we're still great. It
will
still be entertaining.
Obviously.
And as always, the podcast, the movie shows, we've got it far enough ahead to cover that. So we should be fine with movie shows. So yeah, I think that's what we've got to talk about.
Amazing.
This week on the stream with Adam and Nick.
Yeah.
How have you found this episode? Have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it, yeah.
Good. Me too. There was a lot of news. I liked that.
There was a lot of news.
There was.
I enjoyed the Sting chat. Not the musician.
Or the wrestler?
Yeah.
Sting chat. Maybe that should be a regular feature. So all that remains to be said is like, subscribe, ding all the bell, do all that stuff. Rate and review the podcast. Just find us on all the socials. Bottom of the stream, BOTS_podcast. All of our links are in the YouTube description or in the show notes of your podcast. Go out and find us. Press your subscribe button. Do everything. And then we'll be back whenever we're back. And we'll have a great time, as always.
Cheers!
Bye!